Hey, it's Filet, and you're watching Filet TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm no cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. All right, I'm back in the shop, back on the Dune Buggy project. This is part 8, the brilliant lime green MEYERS MANX build. I'm just gonna finish buttoning up the Dune Buggy Brothers wiring harness, and if this is something you're interested in, let's get started. Okay, like I said, I am back in the shop working on the brilliant lime green MEYERS MANX Dune Buggy. Motor's in, everything's wired up. We got the purple one chilling over here. We got the pink one finished over here. And like I said, we're gonna be test firing, hopefully in the next couple of days, we're gonna be test firing the old bus motor that I pulled out of my Westie. Okay, so like I said, we're working on the wiring, just getting everything buttoned up. As you can see, I've got my wiring harness stowed, goes all the way across. Everything's in, we've got the dash pulled down. We're gonna do the final touches on that so we can get the seat put back in and get moving along. So for today, we are just gonna button up the rest of the wiring harness made by the Dune Buggy Brothers, which you could find on eBay. All right, I tell you what, I can't say enough about this Dune Buggy Bros wiring harness. Every single thing is correct into place. Everything is wired, just has to be plugged into the appropriate socket. All right, for here I've got it wired for the windshield wipers, but as you can see, I'm not running standard electric windshield wipers, but I want to make sure it was all wired in there. So I'll go ahead and zip tie all these up and we'll just push them into place. And on the back side, I've got the motor all wired up, ready to go. I've been having a few alternator fitment issues, so I just went back to the generator. You see I mounted the regulator up there, because like I said, I want to just test fire this motor anyways. And what a better way to do it than to just put it into a buggy. Got a battery boxes in, got battery cables. I'm gonna get a brand new battery today and get that in there. Another look at what's going on underneath the dash. All I've got to do is get the light bulbs put in and flip the thing up, the speedometer cable up, flip that thing up, screw it in, and we'll be done there. As far as turn signals, red is for power, black is for ground. And on the harness, we have right side turn signal and a ground. And incidentally, this is the only connector that I have had to cut off and change, just because I didn't want to try and run it through there and permanently ground it to the light. So that's literally the only thing I've had to change. This is also wired if I wanted to run this with running lights as well, which I'm not sure if I just want to splice that in and make them both work. But for now, I just got a zip tied out of the way. Wiring for the headlight is all tagged up. And I just got to put my female connectors on the red, green, and black wire, which I've done over on this side already. So in case I want to take the headlights off, I can just unplug it. This will have a sheath over it and cover it all up. And then I'll have to go to ground on this one, which I'll screw in. And then I'll go ahead and bundle these little harnesses up and run a sheath around them. It's gonna be time to bleed the brakes today, so you can see the reservoir there is empty, but I'll be getting in there. And incidentally, I ran one of these shocks that wound up being oil shocks. And on the pink buggy over there, it has had the roughest ride you wouldn't imagine, because there's no weight up here. So read a bunch of people talking about it on Facebook, so I just went back to the stock Brazilian oil shocks made by Cofab, and they worked out great. All right, that's it for now. I'm gonna put this camera down and I'm gonna get back to work. My idea is I wanna get the rest of this buttoned up, and then we'll go ahead and get a battery in it and a little gasoline in there, and we'll get it fired up. Sit tight, we'll be back. Okay, back in the dash. I've got all the parts I need. Well, pretty much light bulbs and an insulated bulb holder, which I will show you in just a second. I'm gonna try and do this. I'm not gonna set up a tripod or anything, but all I'm gonna do is I just gotta pull each one of these out. Gonna have to use two hands on these. I'm gonna pull each one of these out. I'm gonna put the light bulbs into place and be right back. Here is the insulated socket I was showing you. Part number 600-813. And it's going to be for the turn signal indicator light at the center of the bottom of the dash, which goes in there. And as you can see now, everything is hooked up. And it's time to shut this door, but I'm going to have to do that myself because the placement of the speedometer is kind of crazy because it hits right against this edge right here. So I'm going to have to do a little improvising to get it into place. And then I also remembered that the top of the speedometer is going to hit, so I have to do a little clearancing in here. All right, so I guess this is it for now. I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to go ahead and get this all taken care of so I can button this up. All right, let's see what's going on under here. Got the makeshift battery box installed, batteries hooked up. And here's a funny story. I came over here like this and I go, let's just see if we have anything. Turn the key. Oh, look at that. We have ignition. So I started playing with my cigarette lighters, wondering why they're not working. Turn on the headlights. Why are they not working? I forgot that I hadn't even put fuses in the fuse box yet. So I'm off to the local auto parts store to pick up some fuses and then we'll give this thing a test fire. Messing around with it, trying to get it to start, because I've had my share of issues with it idling. Tried a couple of different carburetors and a different distributor, and who knows? Let's try this again. Who knows? Let's try this again. Right, and testing the electrical system, I see we have headlights. For some reason, that marker light's coming on and it shouldn't. We have lights on the dash. For some reason, I'll move a couple things around. We have cigarette lighters. We have ignition, and there's one. The other one isn't working, but it does seem to get hot. And back here, I've got nothing in the way of taillights. Did I accidentally turn those off? Yes, I did. Little weak signal there. Nothing in the back. Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and check that out. I'll come back once it gets a little darker out, see what's really going on. What's going on the dash here? Looks like we've got headlights. I plug in my power strips or my power outlets. That one works. And that one works. And you're just gonna get some turn signals working. Oh, there's a little something there. All right, we got some work to do. Anyways, that's the first test. Everything's there and hooked up. Gonna just do a little troubleshooting and be done with it. So thanks for watching philatv. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on Instagram at philatv channel. Here we go. Ciao.